Monitor stakeholder engagement. Do you want me to read it again? Monitor stakeholder engagement. This is part of the monitoring and controlling. Here we are actually monitoring the engagement. We are making sure if there is any gap in terms of engagement, if our stakeholder is not happy and if he needs more attention, if he needs more information, or if the communication that we are doing is not working, we just want to integrate and we want to link them more in a better way with the project. We want to engage, we want to elevate their engagement, we want to improve their activity, we want to improve their interest within a project. Monitoring stakeholder means that you, the project team, and the key stakeholders are communicating with one another on a consistent basis. We have the plan for them, we have the communication lines open with them. Even if you are in adaptive environment, you might be talking the product owner on a daily basis and the other stakeholders on every sprint basis. Monitoring project stakeholders relationships and tailoring strategies for engaging stakeholder through modification and engagement, the strategies and the phases and the plans. You have managing is happening, then you will be monitoring. So both things are happening in parallel. The way you are managing, you are realizing, no, it is not working, let's see why it is not working, and then you want that to work. The projects will evolve and fall prey of gossips, politics, and other nasty elements, but you will have to keep stakeholders involved to solve the problems. When this is, I heard, I do not exactly remember where I read this, but I like that sentence so much because I can relate it to my project. I mean, the project is being delayed and I am hearing every kind of a thing, and it is delayed because of some major changes at the top. And I'm hearing, no, the project has been stopped and it is stopped because it is, no, it is not, because that is why the communication channel is very important. That is why n into n minus 1 divided by 2 will create a havoc, will create a mess on your project. You want to make sure that who is communicating, how is communicating, and what needs to be communicated is very, very important. You need to actively engaging the stakeholders. You want to rely on the management information systems. You want to make sure that your portals are working. You want to make sure that the communication, push communication is happening. Whether if you need an interactive communication, you arrange the sessions. If you want the video messages, you do it, because this is something I communicate. I ask for on every project that the communications and the stakeholder they work hand in hand. And when you have the vase or the triangle which is upside down, you have the most important one stakeholder here, and then all the remaining stakeholders or the masses at the bottom, at the top. And then the communication has to be in the different way. From the masses, you have to get the top person, the CEO, to communicate with the masses, to provide a public message that something is happening. This is what you need to do. This is what is important, because this person can only communicate with them. Because they are working for them. So you need to understand your stakeholder, you need to understand their requirement, you need to get the expert judgment, meet the stakeholders, being honest about good and bad news. I'm not asking you to be blunt. I'm not asking you to go and tell it is not working. No, you have to be careful while selecting your words, because this is what your job is. Your words will create an impact on the project. Yes, there are things which is happening, variances which is happening, which is beyond the acceptance limit, but still it is not a bad news in terms of bad news that the project is going down under the water. No, it is not. So you have to very, very carefully select your word. And with the bad news, you need to offer the solution that yes, we are running out of the budget, or we are running high on the budget expenses, or the expenses that we were not supposed to, but these are happened because of this, and we are making sure that it does not happen again. So this is we are talking about when you're talking of interpersonal and team skills, because this is communication, active listening, culture, leadership, networking, political awareness is all what you will be using day in and day out on your project to make sure that your stakeholder remain engaged, his interest level remain at peak or at a level where he keeps attending your project meetings, or he keep reading your status reports, and he keeps thinking, or at least keep thinking that he needs to provide the feedback on your project. So this is the general introduction for monitor stakeholder engagement. We will see you in the next section.